Welcome to Adventures of Lolly and Pops. We're Laurie and Greg, better known to our family as Lolly and Pops.
As a retired couple, we've decided it's never too late to explore the world,
Embrace new experiences,
discover different cultures,
taste incredible foods,
and create lasting memories.
From charming villages and bustling cities to hidden gems off the beaten path, we'll share our adventures, our discoveries, and a few surprises along the way.
So come travel with us as we prove that the adventure doesn't end at retirement, it only gets better.
Let's go make some memories. In our last videos, we told you how much we fell in love with Greece. Well, now it was time to move on to one of the Greek isles, and this time we moved on to the island of Rhodes. Rhodes is known for its medieval old town, and its beautiful beaches, and we would love to share that with you. So,
Rhodes had a little bit of it all.
Mm-hmm. So come along with us as we share Rhodes Town with you. Rhodes is an island where ancient Greek, Roman, medieval, Ottoman, and Italian history all come together. From the legendary Colossus of Rhodes to the medieval fortress built by the Knights of St. John, every corner of the island tells a story spanning more than 2,000 years. Rhodes is one of Greece's most popular islands and is known as being a UNESCO-listed medieval city of Rhodes. It has beautiful beaches, ancient ruins, has charming villages such as Lindos, a blend of Greek, medieval, Ottoman, and Italian influence. We're standing at Mandrake Harbor, the historic heart of Rhodes. It's nearly 2,300 years ago. This harbor welcomed ships from across the Mediterranean. Tradition says the legendary Colossus of Rhodes, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, stood near this very entrance. So what you'll see is Fort St. Nicholas guarding the harbor entrance, 3 historic windmills built during the era of the Knights of St. John, Italian-era government buildings along the waterfront, fishing boats, yachts, and excursion vessels. The historic windmills once ground grain for the people of Rhodes and for the many ships that passed through the Mandrake Harbor. They were built during the era of the Knights of St. John, and they harness the strong sea winds that still blow across the harbor today. Together with Fort St. Nicholas, they are a reminder of Rhodes' importance as the medieval trading and naval power. What you'll see today is 3 restored windmills along the harbor breakwater, beautiful views of the old harbor, the old town walls, and the Aegean Sea. Standing guard over Mandrake Harbor are Elephos and Elephina, the famous deer statues that have become symbols of Rhodes. Local legend says deer helped rid the island of snakes, making them a cherished emblem of Rhodes. Many believe that these statues mark the site of the legendary Colossus of Rhodes, though the true location of the ancient wonder remains a mystery. Elephos, the male deer, stands on one side of the harbor entrance, while Elephina, the female deer, guards the opposite side. So just a short walk from Rhodes' Old Town, Ellie Beach is the city's most famous stretch of coastline. It's known for crystal clear waters and a lively atmosphere. It has been a favorite gathering place for locals and visitors for decades. Whether you're swimming in the Aegean, relaxing out by the shore, or taking a leap from the iconic diving platform, Ellie Beach offers the perfect blend of history, scenery, and seaside fun. So just offshore at Ellie Beach stands one of Rhodes' most recognizable landmarks, the famous diving platform. For generations, locals and visitors have swum out, climbed on top, and taken the plunge into the crystal clear Aegean Sea. It's a simple attraction, but for many people, jumping from this platform is a classic Rhodes experience. The old town of Rhodes, also called Medieval City of Rhodes, is one of the best preserved medieval cities in Europe and is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It was fortified by the Knights of St. John, who ruled Rhodes from 1309 to 1523, and later influenced by Ottoman and Italian rule. The result is a fascinating mix of Gothic, Byzantine, Ottoman, and Italian architecture. And stepping through the gates of Rhodes Old Town feels like traveling back 700 years. The site is filled with medieval streets, ancient walls, grand palaces, and hidden courtyards. Around every corner, history comes alive. It's a busy and lively place, especially on days when cruise ships arrive and on the weekends. And here's a fun fact. Over 6,000 people still live inside the medieval city walls, making it a living historic center rather than just an open-air museum. And sometimes you need to just stop for a conversation with a parrot under the watchful eye of a knight. Horse Fountain is a charming landmark located in Jewish Martyrs Square in the Jewish quarter of Old Town. It is one of the most photographed fountains inside the medieval city. We were walking down the streets of the Knights, one of the most complete medieval streets in Europe. More than 500 years ago, members of the Knights of St. John lived and worked in these stone buildings. As they traveled between the harbor and the palace of the Grand Master, they walked the very same cobblestones that we're standing on today. Unlike many historic streets in Europe, the streets of Knights survived centuries of wars, earthquakes, occupation, with much of its original character intact. What you'll see here is impressive stone buildings known as the Inns of Knights, where members from each league lived and met. Medieval coat of arms carved into the walls and doorways, remarkably preserved cobblestone street, and almost no modern alterations. Beneath the medieval walls of Rhodes lies a massive dry moat, once a critical part of the city's defenses. These fortifications helped the Knights of St. John protect Rhodes for centuries and remain some of the best preserved medieval defenses in the world. Here's a fun fact. The walls and the moats were so formidable that Rhodes withstood several major sieges, including the famous 1480 siege by the Ottoman Empire. The defenses were considered among the strongest in Europe at the time.
Right, so I guess.
We found a quiet corner of the world where life slows down and the views steal your breath. Moments like these remind us why we travel, to feel alive, to connect, and to collect stories.
Thank you for joining us on our trip through Rhodes. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. If this is your first time watching, thanks, like and subscribe. If you've been with us before, thank you.
Here's to love, laughter, and adventure, and we hope you join us in our next video where we'll tell you about some of the great foods that we had and people that we met along the way. Happy travels.
Out.
Thanks for joining us, proving you're never too old for an adventure. Like, subscribe, and come along for the next trip. Until then, happy travels.